Today I'm going to install my one-piece drive shaft from DRIVESHAFT shop in the hopes that it fixes some of the vibration that I'm feeling and maybe adds to the drivability and a little more reliability. It's a little confusing because it's, again, one piece, and the two pieces that came with the drive shaft were this here, which I assume would DAPS the, I'm gonna say the transmission, like Guibo, to the one piece, and it comes with this as well, which I'm going to assume adapts the drive shaft to the rear diff. I'm gonna play around with these two pieces. I'm not sure. This is the first time I've installed anything that looks like this, and I'm sure there's some bolts in a box right in the back there, but I'm just gonna take out the OEM drive shaft, get everything prepped, and then see where these fit with the supplied hardware. I read the torque specs. It was like 57 or 60 foot-pounds of torque. I'm gonna make sure there's some Loctite on there, and just kind of go from there. I'm not gonna go through the entire install, but I'll show you guys what it looks like after, so you have an idea of how to install your own if you get a one-piece drive shaft on your E30 or E36. I'm pretty sure they're the same, and we can go from there. All right, so off of like initial assessment, it seems like the BP 5025 bag with the 6 M10 by 1.5s and the 3 bolt brackets go onto this larger Guibo replacement. I'm guessing that's what it is because it has 3 bolts, 3 and 3, so 6 total. That makes the most sense to me. Again, there's no instructions. It said they were online, but I'm not seeing them. One second. All right, so it seems like for the rear on the differential, it's this smaller adapter, and I'm only using the BP BMW PLs 2 out of 3, so I guess the second out of 3 bags, which has these. It seems like that works pretty well. I've got the bolts in there with the nuts on the back. Got the washers with bolts on the front, and I assume it goes onto the differential like that, and drive shaft goes onto the left side here. So I'm going to leave that alone and then use the rest of the hardware that's here to figure out the front. Alright, so I realized I have a lot of the M10 by 1.5 by 50s, which are these, and also these here. I've only got 3 more of the, oh god, M10, oh god, I don't even know. The shorter ones here. I don't even know what that is. But it seems like this is the setup here. Seems like this goes in the front against the transmission with the M10 by 1.5, 50 millimeter. And those brackets would obviously go between the two like that, so in between here, in between there, in between the last set of 2. So I'm gonna figure out the inside on the car. Pretty confident that it goes like this, and that this line here should match up, and the back seems pretty straightforward, hopefully. And if that all works out, again, I will check back, but that seems like the setup right there for the drive shaft on the E30. And yeah, a quick side note, I did get the passenger door, I did get the passenger seat in. Can't really see it, but it is in there. Nice and secure. Got the driver's seat, I got the cage all finished. So this is just the next step in getting this thing ready for the next event. Alright, the stock drive shaft is out. They're not too difficult to take out if you focus on the 3 bolts that hold the drive shaft to the Guibo. Those 2 13 millimeters that are in the center, and 4 17 millimeters bolts that are on the diff side. And I think, I mean, this still feels good. I'm not sure why it had so much vibration, but yeah, I even put like silicone inside of the center support bearing to see if that would help. And it did a little bit, but it still wasn't great. I guess I'm not worried about the vibration, but I am worried that this thing would break or fail. So this is why I'm switching it. So I'm gonna get these pieces on now, and I'll show y'all what they look like when they're on. Okay, so I have the drive shaft in, and it's been a struggle, to say like the most. You can't really see it. You kind of see, there you go. So yeah, drive shaft is in. Getting it to line up with the diff was super difficult, and I felt like there wasn't enough clearance between like that subframe circle. E30s have like a fucking circle subframe. It's so stupid, but I feel like part of it was hitting the top, and then I tried to space the diff out, or like give it a little bit of space downward, and I couldn't line the diff back up. It's just been a mess. So I finally got the diff on, I got the drive shaft on the diff, and there's 2 bolts holding that side. There's a couple of bolts holding this side right here. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna go get a couple of tools to make this a little easier, because I'm using an Allen key, like just a single Allen key, and it's taking forever. So I'm gonna get some tools and put all these together, put the axles back on. I dropped the axles just to have like a little more freedom, just adjusting everything, and it's been ridiculous. There's also a little bit of movement in the drive shaft, so it's not like perfectly straight. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is still gonna vibrate, but I guess it's all right. I guess it's okay. I just want the car to feel good, and as long as it feels good, I'm happy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still gonna vibrate, even with this whole expensive drive shaft, which is very disappointing, but it is what it is. I'm gonna wrap up for today. I've been out here since like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is currently 7:34 at night. It's been a long day of me sitting under this car. So I'm gonna shower up, eat something, relax, and get back to this tomorrow with the right tools. And I'm just gonna hope. I'm gonna hope that it drives without wild vibrations over 70. And if it does, that's okay. I'm ready to move on and just enjoy the car until this thing, you know, hits a wall or something. Like, I don't even care at this point. This is a missile, and it's fun. It's just gonna be a fun car. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, we're under the car. I have this piece on the transmission, and I figured it out. Pretty much you need to find the bolts that fit into this inside section here, that fit, you know, snug in there, and go on to the back. And you're going to be using your OEM nuts to secure this guibo piece onto the output shaft of the transmission. I have stacked 3 of the washers inside of this hole with this bolt, and that's given me just enough clearance for this to continue to rotate without touching the housing at all. And these 2 are torqued down already, so I'm just going to do this last one and torque this down, and I'll move to the rear diff and put that adapter on, because I believe you have to put the rear of the drive shaft on first before you put it onto the front. Yeah, so I'm filming with my phone just so you can see this. Again, find the 3 that fit inside in this triangle here. There should be like a perfect machine fit in there. They'll go through the output shaft flange of the transmission. You're going to use your stock bolts and snug those down. lose 57 or 60 foot-pounds, and you should be all set with this section here. We'll go to the back in a minute. All right, this is the front of the drive shaft done. I'm still on the floor. I have the retaining, or I have those brackets on the bolts. Everything is nice and tight. I have to measure this section right here, and it should be between 3 1/4 and 3 3/4 inches in distance here. And the back is done as well. The back was a pain, like awful. I have to shave down a little bit of the subframe just to get the Allen key in there, but that's done with the adapter as well. Looking at the drive shaft, when I spin it, there is a tiny bit of like back and forth movement, tiny. I'm not sure if that's my car or if that's the drive shaft, but I'm hoping everything is nice and straight. Hope everything works out. It's nice having one piece rather than like, you know, those two pieces that the OEM comes with. But yeah, that's how it's set up. You don't end up using those outside larger bolts. I'm pretty sure that's probably for an E46 or who knows, but they don't connect to anything. All right, so I'm going to put the exhaust back on, get this thing on the ground and move it and see how things sound. All right, so it feels good. I still have some vibration like when I'm cruising, but honestly, I'll take it. It feels solid. Yeah, I'll take it. I gotta take it on the highway to see how it feels, but I mean, I just did a 60 pull on a pretty empty street, and it feels good. It's not as noisy as I thought it would be. Yeah, I'm glad it works. I thought it needed an alignment, but one of my rear tires was leaking, so it was kind of throwing it off. But and it drives straight for the most part, so I'm gonna keep it just like this. All right, so final thoughts. Oh my god, the drive shaft was difficult to install, like super difficult, just because the E30 is very tight. It's a very small car, and even the undercarriage, like everything is tight under there. So yeah, it's installed. It drove fine. I still have a little bit of vibration like when I'm in decel, but it's all good. It's part of the game, I guess. It's a welded diff. This thing wasn't made to be comfortable after I got to it. So yeah, the cage is finished. I did the Prisma seats. This is my FIA seat. Big shout out to Prisma for the sponsorship. I also have the vegan leather, vinyl, whatever you want to call it, passenger seat, which is great. Got a chase base, hydro, NRG hub, NRG quick release, digital dash. Got my little what do you call that? I don't even know what that's called. I also finished the cage. I wish I could open this back door, but I cannot right now. But the cage is also finished. I'll open it 1 second. Like I was saying, cage is finished. Kept the bottom of the bench just to, like, if somebody wants to sit back there or whatever, they can sit there, and it kind of covers the fuel pump access. But yeah, welded it straight to this OEM firewall. I did have it down there and up about 5 inches and I could not fit in the car comfortably. So I moved it back after I had welded it all in, but it's all good. Cut it out, re-welded it, and yeah, now we have a cage, which gives me a little bit of peace of mind. Yeah. It's coming together. So the next thing I'm gonna do is finish my side skirts. Honestly, I'm gonna paint this thing with like this low budget paint, man. I was gonna do a nice color, but this thing has become a missile, and honestly, I like it like that. I don't think I can have a really nice car and bring it to the track because I like to drive. So yeah, that's it for now. Next is cleaning this thing up a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna do some DIY paint. It's gonna be cans and clear coat, and that's it. That's all she wrote, because this thing is, it's coming together. All right, y'all. Drive shaft, 8 out of 10 difficulty, 10 out of 10 if you don't have the right tools, and the frustration is 100 out of 10. But hopefully this is more direct power, more reliable than that stupid Guibo that kept knocking, and yeah, hopefully I have to never deal with that again. All right.